Intuitive empaths don't just announce to the world that you're going to change. Actually be the change that you want to see in the world. Hi, my name is Leah Chantal. Welcome back to my channel. And today I'm advising intuitive empaths, don't just go out and announce that you're going to change. You know, I've made this mistake before sometimes on social media where I don't post for a while and then I post again and then I go, this is why I didn't post in a while. No. So don't announce to others why you were the way you were before or what you're going to do to change. Just change. Just start being of service. Just dive in to the water and start swimming like mad. And you will get through it. You will keep swimming and you will be able to sustain your changes as long as you stay persistent. But if you stand at the edge of the pool and keep talking about how you're going to change, or this is why you've stayed on the edge of the pool for so long because it's so cold and you're so scared of jumping into the water and swimming because you might get tired, and no, just don't explain it. Just jump in and start swimming and you'll be able to keep going and trust that you can. So when we make the announcement that we're going to change, the problem with that is all talk. It's all promises, but there's no action behind it. So people take us more seriously when we act in a way that aligns with what we say. And it's better to actually just not say very much about what we're going to do at all and rather just do it in life. Figure out a plan of action. If there's something you really want in life, don't just talk about it or complain about it or tell people why you don't have it. Start working towards doing it quietly on the side. And then when you achieve the thing that you've wanted to achieve, then you can celebrate with the right people, who you really trust. But even be cautious who you celebrate with too, because you want to stay with the people you really, really trust. You don't want to spread everything about you and your good life to absolutely everybody you see unless it's relevant to them. So some transformations and some joys are worth spreading to other people because it shows the light. It shows other people that they can achieve their transformation too. For example, I have a place of my own, and for a long time, that was just a dream. I thought that I would never be able to achieve that. But for a few years now, I've just gotten on the business of filming from the place where I live and showing people whatever is possible. And then they can see that they can do it too. It's not impossible to get a good place to live, in spite of all the challenges that are going on in the world right now. But it does take some effort. It does take some clever thinking in order to figure things out, or your intuition in order to lean into the issue and find the best energetic solution that comes from your heart rather than from your mind or the external environment. And you can use both. There's nothing wrong with using both to solve a problem. But if you talk too much without taking action, it kind of slows down your mojo. It slows down your progress in achieving your goals, dreams, and ambitions because your energy gets wasted talking about your accomplishment rather than taking the action to actually do it. Think about it. Think about what you have to do in order to achieve something. Let's say you're trying to save more money for a house and you call up your friends in the evening and you get talking about it and you complain about it or whatever, that you're still living at home with your parents or whatever it is you complain about. So think about the time and energy it takes to actually get another job in order to save more money for the house. You have to go and apply for the job, write your resume, submit it online, and then you have to get through the interview process and talk to the people and convince them why you're a good fit and why they would want to hire you. And all of that takes time and effort. If you're too busy talking to people on the phone at night and you talk until you're exhausted and then you don't have time to follow through on your goals, dreams, and ambitions and your commitment, then you're never going to succeed and save more money for a house. You see what I mean? You actually have to prioritize and put those steps into place first, what you need to do to achieve your goals, dreams, and ambitions, rather than prioritize talking to your friends and complaining about it, because that wastes your time and your energy. And if you're not achieving your goals, dreams, and ambitions, sometimes it's fear because you think you can't do it. And sometimes it could be just procrastination and bad habits. Maybe you're being a bit lazy on achieving your goals, dreams, and ambitions. So that's worth looking at. That doesn't mean you're a terrible person or you're a lazy person, but look at the reasons why you're spending your time and energy elsewhere instead of on the things that really matter to you. If something is really important to you, then you should put time and energy towards it. And maybe sometimes what you also may consider when you're trying to achieve something that you think is important to you, what you may discover in the process is maybe that goal or dream is not really a good fit for you. Maybe you thought you wanted to buy a house and then you started the process of working towards it and you realize maybe it doesn't really resonate with you. Maybe you don't want a house. Maybe you want to just travel the world and enjoy yourself, or rent and pick up and go to a new location when an opportunity is available. Maybe that's a better fit for you than owning property. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that is probably the right solution for a lot of people, especially when we're less likely to get married nowadays and people are waiting for marriage or they don't marry at all and they're totally independent and self-sufficient. Sometimes renting is the better option. If you've got a relatively simple lifestyle and you're content with that and you don't need a lot of possessions or a lot of property and stuff, then sometimes renting and having a more flexible lifestyle is what's right for you. But how do you find that out? You need to articulate your goals, dreams, and ambitions and go for them. And sometimes during the process, when you go for them, then you realize that they're not really your heart's desire and it's not really the right fit. And if you figure that out in the middle of the process, there's nothing wrong with that, because you realize that maybe something else is more important to you. Maybe you want to save for retirement and retire earlier in your life. Rather than focus on getting the house, you want to put your money into investments and finish working at a younger age and have that independence in that fashion. You can do it that way too. And you can be very happy that way, but it really depends on what you want out of your life and what works for you. Or maybe you realize that travel and being in different locations and working in different parts of the world is your true goals, dreams, and ambitions, and you want to learn multiple languages and meet a lot of different people, and that's what's really compelling to you. So that's where you want to spend your time and energy, rather than putting all of your money into one property that's anchored in one place. Or maybe you realize you really want to immigrate out of your country. Maybe you realize it's not the best country to live in, and if I invest in a property, I'm never going to be able to get rid of it. And therefore, it's better to get on with the business of immigrating to the country you truly want to live in, rather than live in the country you're currently living in. So you see, it takes some courage to figure out what you really want in life. Sometimes you have to start on one thing and then realize you need to change your mind and work on something else in order to find your true heart's desire in the process. And it's okay to change your goals, dreams, and ambitions. That's another reason why you may not want to announce it to everyone, including mixed company, because if they're not truly supportive and you change your mind, they might kind of see you as inconsistent, or they might kind of criticize you for changing your mind. And the truth is, we all evolve. We all change our minds. It's just a matter of who are we sharing our goals, dreams, and ambitions with? Who can we really trust? Who are our true soul family in this life, and who can we really talk to about these treasures in our minds and in our hearts? Do we share them with just somebody who's negative and kind of lazy and is prone to gossip? Maybe they're not really the best person to talk to, but it is a good idea to find a close-knit community of people who do show good behavior and who you can trust, and who will encourage you in a positive direction. It's worth finding those people because they can be your sounding board. They can really tell you to go for it, and they can be anywhere. I was volunteering recently at a yoga studio, and I just felt in the moment spontaneous and really available to share a big goal, dream, and ambition of mine with the person I was volunteering with, and she was totally supportive. She was like, yeah, I can see you doing that. Go for it. So you just never know where you're going to find these people. The more you show love and you go out into your community looking for them, the more likely you're going to find those positive people, and you can build friendships from there and support them and their goals and dreams and ambitions too. So don't announce to everybody in the world when you're making a change. I guess that's my point. Work on your changes quietly and then share with the world when you're really ready to share. And even when you have big accomplishments and big celebrations in your life, You may even want to be cautious who you share that with too. The world is changing really quickly. It used to be really popular, for example, for people to get married and have big showy weddings. And in some parts of the world, that is still a very popular practice. But I would say in the Western world, in this day and age, people are becoming more and more private with their relationships, even including their marriages and their families and children, because there's so much out there on social media and they don't want to put everything out there. And that's probably a really wise decision, actually, is to not put so much out into the world and only share the things that are really important to you and really inspiring to others that really matter in your lifetime. I hope you enjoyed my lesson today about why announcing your goals, dreams, and ambitions to the world may not be the greatest idea, but you don't want to be too private and hide everything either. You want to find the right balance where you're telling the right people who you trust and you're getting the right level of help, encouragement, and support. And if you have any comments about that experience, I'd be open to seeing them below and responding to you. If you want to see more content from me about manifestation and how to achieve your goals and your dream life, definitely hit subscribe and I'll be releasing more content to you soon. Take care. Bye now.